Book your driving lesson now at dla-driving.co.uk. Sponsored by DLA Driving School.
Hello and welcome to Oh in the Town. I'm Lou Gregory and here's what's coming up today. Wigan leave it late at Kenilworth Road and come from behind to take the win with only one shot on target. Today we discuss that defeat in a little bit more detail. Patara's face, he's fuming. Today we discuss that defeat in a little bit more detail. Why is it going so horribly wrong at home at the moment? We just cannot seem to get a break in our home game. Away, not so bad. Home, not so good. Today we'll discuss that. We're also going to be looking ahead to Stoke City next weekend. Katara's with me tonight. Dave's with me tonight. Even lads, how are we?
Well, up until you said that, I was all right. But
hello.
It's quite depressing, isn't it?
I wasn't at the game at the weekend, but I have a habit of when we're going 1-0 up, thinking in my head it's done and we've won. Like,
I do the same as well. I think we're all guilty in a way.
Yeah. Because you text me going 1-0 Morris, I was like, cool, that's a win then. Because I always think all we need to do is score the first goal and then we're good.
Firstly, I know we're going to go into more detail. I felt that we were the better side the whole game up until that last 10 minutes. And it's just so disappointing. So disappointing we didn't put them to bed. And I don't know why that's happened. And 1-0 up, we should have just pressed on. And we should, and you know, again, it's going to sound terrible. Wigan weren't a great team, and we should have put them to bed, and we didn't, and we paid for that, and that's a shame.
Any thoughts, Patara?
Come on, man. It's just disappointing, isn't it? Because we was on the back of a really good run. It's just disappointing that we didn't.
Well, when you text me saying,
I'm still mad about the subs, but
we'll get into subs later. But when you text me saying 1-0, in my head I was just like, I know my heart sunk a little bit. I was like, okay, 1-0, not the result I wanted at home, but I'll take it. And then 5 minutes later, you text me saying 2-1, and I was just like, cool. I was pretty like annoyed that night. That
I think everybody in the stadium was annoyed. The performance up until that point wasn't that bad. We just didn't convert everything we should have done.
Of course.
We had opportunities. The referee, I mean, we can't blame the referee, but the referee was...
He was a bit of a tool.
He was piss poor, to be fair. He wasn't good. However, he was the same for both teams almost, but he seemed to give them a lot and us not a lot. And it's just disappointing. I mean, you look for reasons. But
I'll be honest. I know you just say, you should always stay and support your team. I left. When the goal went in, I left.
You missed the offside goal.
Yeah. I had cheering. I was like, that's fucking typical, isn't it? I was walked off smiling and looked on Twitter, I was like, goal disallowed, but whatever. But yeah.
I didn't even know we had a goal disallowed till I watched the highlights back.
I still haven't watched the highlights back and I won't.
No. It's just crazy, really, because they were there for the beating and we didn't do it. And then, their fans were celebrating like they won the FA Cup again. So,
no, come on! You can't be one of them.
Yeah, I'm going to be one of those.
No,
I'm going to totally be one of those. I was gutted. I was totally gutted.
They have every right to celebrate how they want.
Of course they do. But
overturning a 1-0 deficit in the 88th minute to win 2-1, fair play to them. Let them celebrate however they want to celebrate. Yeah, they won't bash anyone on that.
I'm not bashing them. I'm just saying I was gutted.
Some 3-year-old reviews of Luton 1, Wigan 2 then. Richard says, tactical disaster class. Chris says, threw it away. Jill says, really poor subs. Craig says, who's our leaders? Charlie says, Morris on fire. Heather's given us 4 words and said, at least Cornick's back. And Tony, all on Jones.
To be fair to Heather, she put at least in 1 word.
Yeah, I know. But
you've noticed a little common thing there, though, about the substitutions, tactical disaster.
So fill me in, right, because I wasn't at the game.
Poor sub. Oh, don't get me started, because I will run for about 10 minutes.
No, can I just say there's a very positive. I like the positive take. Morris is on fire.
Okay, before subs,
let's focus on the negative for once, please, because I'm so like annoyed with myself sometimes. You go, it's fine. And let's get into what happened.
All right, let's do it.
Right, let's get into what happened.
And
do you know what?
Tell me, I wasn't at the game. I wasn't at the game on Saturday.
I was fuming, mate. Do you know what? I blame it on it's Nathan Jones' fault we lost that game. 100%. Whether the players weren't fit. I mean, they weren't fit. They should be playing, but he took off our midfield three. So it's Freeman, Campbell, and Clark. I think the first sub was quite early on. I think that was the strikers, and he took off Morris and Adebayo. I mean, Adebayo, I can understand it. I can get that one. He took off Morris. I would never. Always look sharp.
I would not have taken Morris off at all.
Puts on Woodrow. I mean, with all due respect to Woodrow, I mean, we haven't really seen much of him, but he's not looking like a striker really. Because I think Ian said it. Woodrow, a striker for question mark. Just may find the right position for him at the moment. It's tough, but at 1-0, are you going to take off three of your midfielders? The midfield for me were dominating the game. They're the reason we 1-0 up.
So when you think of it like that, the reasons for doing so, do you reckon was just to bring on more energy and potentially kill off the game if we had another chance?
Yeah, but to change, look, 5 substitutions, right, is literally half of your team pretty much. It's half of your outfield team.
I was doing quick maths there, mate, yeah.
Well, yeah, see what I mean? And I think to change the two up top, I mean, we've seen it before, it works against Swansea, I won't take nothing away from that, I can understand it. But to change your whole midfield three, why? Why are you doing that? Even, we were looking around, let me go, but yeah, we were looking around, people were saying the same thing, going, why is he taking Clark off? Why is he taking Campbell off? And then Freeman, it's like, that's a bit strange.
Well, Freeman's not done a 90 minutes since he's been here, has he, yet?
No, fair enough. Take Freeman off, but Clark and Campbell. I know Campbell run himself into the ground. I get that.
I think Campbell would have been absolutely knackered the amount he put into his game. But
all 3 of them?
No, I wouldn't have changed anything.
And then I think he changed the formation, and I think he put Osho up into midfield and started moving it all about. And I thought,
I think he felt that 1-0 we'd done it because Wigan up to that point had showed nothing really. I can't remember a save our goalkeeper had to make. I cannot remember a save.
Well, they had one shot on target and scored it, so he clearly didn't have to make a save.
Exactly that though. I just...
Sorry, that was just really rude, wasn't it? Sorry.
No, not rude. It just one shot on target.
But, you know what I mean? They've scored their one shot on target. I haven't, like I said, I haven't watched the highlights back, but I think their goal wasn't, well, it obviously was an own goal. It was Tom Lockyer apparently, wasn't it?
I think to be fair, he was unlucky with that. But
someone told me it was going like well wide or something, like, or going out for a throw-in and it hit his heel or something like that.
It hit his heel on the way in.
I haven't seen it. Like I said, I haven't seen it back.
I know you don't believe in luck, but when you look at their equaliser, is there just something in your head that just goes, it's just not going to be our day? Like, that is just unlucky.
It's unlucky to a point, but you have to create that unluckiness.
How has he turned the player? How has he got a shot away and whatever
exactly
else?
That.
Like this is the thing. You create opportunity for yourself. It's not luck to get into the. Like I said,
it was lucky that it's lucky they hit Freeman's heel because no one was there to score the goal.
Freeman, was it Lockyer or Freeman?
Lockyer, sorry. It's lucky that he hit his heel to go in and literally.
What's the definition of lucky though?
The definition of lucky is if that's an inch into his foot.
Oh, so it says that on dictionary. Sorry, online.
Yeah, Google it.
Right, yeah. No, sorry,
but you know what I mean. Like if that's an inch either side, it doesn't rebound in the goal. It rebounds somewhere else, and you just think sometimes that just happens.
That's like saying, I'm a driver of a vehicle. I've just crashed into someone. I was really unlucky because I was only like 2 centimeters from avoiding them. But no, actually, realistically, you're shit. Realistically, really. I'm not saying they're awful. I'm not saying the football. I get it happens. There's nothing like, but you see what I'm saying though? These things happen because you like create opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I get it. That doesn't happen at Man City because they're so perfect that they don't have opportunities to have bad luck happen.
At the same time, if you smash the ball into a crowd of players and it hits a player and goes in, that to me is not luck. That just screams to me like, but that's what happens because.
Well, it's lucky if it goes in though. If it's not going anywhere near the goal and it hits someone and goes in, that's clearly lucky.
Or it's just really bad defending on our part. I don't know. Look, I don't know. I'm sure everyone's going to disagree with me on this one. I just don't agree. I just don't understand the whole luck thing. Like,
say what you mean.
Avoid putting yourself in that situation first. That is literally, that's all it is. It comes down to. If you say, we were so unlucky.
No, I don't think.
So unlucky. No, listen. Listen,
mate.
I'm not
it's
what
important.
I'm saying is, listen, this is what people say. So unlucky. The ball just hit his heel. But if you're letting a player turn that close, or you're not closing him down and the ball smashes off someone, goes in, I'm sorry, that is your own doing. You have undone yourself. I'm sorry.
But are you saying there's no luck in football ever?
I don't really understand the whole luck. I don't really know what luck
He doesn't
is.
believe in luck. I know he doesn't believe in luck.
You can get a ricochet off somebody, or you can, you know.
Yeah, that's just taking an opportunity to.
If you win the lottery, are you lucky?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know really. But I don't know. I don't know. I know people go like, "Oh, what's his tit talking about?" I get that.
No. Your passion is great. Your passion is great because it's how we all feel.
I just think the whole thing of just avoid putting yourself in that situation. I mean,
it was a poor goal to concede. Let's be honest.
I mean, if you booted the ball and like the moon up above and the stars, they started like growing feet and started booting the ball in the back of your net. I mean, that would be unlucky because that's just.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? No, seriously. Oh, I don't know.
It's disappointing because we had a good chance to clear the ball from that numerous times, and we just didn't do it. On another day, maybe Bell does get the lift on it and clears it way upfield, and we win 1-0. But these things happen in football, don't they?
That weren't unlucky, by the way, from Bell. That was a bit silly, but yeah.
But like on another day, though,
it happens.
Well, exactly, on another day, it does go.
I would definitely say you knew it was coming.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be taking chances like that.
No, but you knew it was coming.
And like I've said before, if we're going to concede a goal, let it be a good one, and that just didn't define good one. Their second, maybe finish-wise, was better than the first.
The finish was really, really good. If you remember when we spoke to Brian on the podcast, the preview podcast, he told us to look out for this player. The problem was we backed off him. We gave him so much time and space. He could have put that anywhere in that goal. And, you know, the strike was brilliant, but he had so much time and so much space to put that in. You know, you would have been disappointed if he was your player. He'd have missed it. You'd have been really disappointed because he had so much time and space. And that was because we were backing off him and giving him it. And he was on the edge of the box, for Christ's sake.
Before we look at positives from
Sorry,
Saturday.
Gregory, I'm going to interrupt there. I just noticed our XG was a lot higher than theirs, but still lost the game. Oh.
Yeah, no. How many times am I going to have to explain to you, Batara? No? What is wrong with this guy today?
I've had enough. I don't want to talk about football today. I've had enough, honestly.
Well, before...
It's your job. Get back on it.
It's not my job. My job is completely different to this.
Get to the mic.
Are you paying me for this?
Well, we'll see at the end of the year, won't we? Before we look at the positives, James Brey did come out and say in his post-match that maybe in them last 10 minutes, players didn't know what they were doing.
How can you not know what you're doing?
Well, this is what I was going to ask you guys. Is that, to you, does that sound worrying to you when you hear words coming out of James Brey's mouth going, we didn't know what we were doing?
Definitely, yeah. Didn't know what you were doing. I wouldn't even admit that.
Not a chance.
You wouldn't even admit that, would you? You wouldn't go to your day-to-day life and work and whatever else and go, oh, what happened there, lads? He went a bit wrong. I just didn't know what I was doing, really.
Well, especially as a professional
I haven't really heard the
as a professional
interview,
footballer, when you say you don't know what you're doing, explain that to me, right? You play football for a living. It's your job.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't understand what your role is at that current stage, or what the team's role is, or what the team's plan is.
Very worrying.
Oh man, before the subs go on the pitch, that you can see them getting a lecture from the bloody staff before they go on, and you can see them pointing at what they're doing. When they come on, they tell other people what they've been told. So either he didn't listen, or he didn't understand. I think he didn't listen. You know, surely you know how to play football.
In what context did he say? I mean, like I said, I haven't heard it, but if he's saying things like that, I mean, that is slightly worrying. But it's.
I'll get the quote up because Luton News tweeted it. But you say that
it's in the manner of how he said it, though. I mean, you'd probably have to listen to the interview to like really know what's going on. Or
so James Brey said, he said, I think we had a decision to make whether we play for a draw or we go for it. The lads who came on were all attacking subs, and rightly so. We went for the game. We just made a few wrong decisions, and they ended up winning 2-1, and it's just not good enough, really. We were a bit disjointed, and some of us didn't really know what we were doing. That's our fault, and it's just one of those that has got away from us today.
So, is he meaning that basically when the game changed with the substitutions coming on, there was a game plan in place, and then all of a sudden it changed, and they weren't ready for that, and then basically, hang a minute.
Shouldn't the game plan when you're playing at home always be to go and win it, not just settle for a draw? When you know you were the best team. You were the better team, and you gave them the points.
But then that was always going to happen on Saturday. You go for the win at 1-1. If you're throwing everything forward, they're going to get you on the counter, which is what they did.
Yeah, but it was a disgraceful bit of defending. counter attack or not, it was the amount of space that.
Well, yeah, but you clearly had space because we were attacking.
No, he got space because we were backing off him. He was approaching. He got the ball, and we kept backing away from him. We didn't shut him up at all. There was no closing down there. They just basically went, "Here, I'll have a shot here for free."
All I remember
and that's
is the
what
ball
they
going
did.
I think it was like a chip lofted through ball to him or something like that. He took a touch. I mean, I can't, like I said,
Who was defending there?
But
Who was defending there, right? Was it Brey that was defending there? I can't remember.
Don't know.
And whoever it was did not put a challenge, didn't get close. He just stepped back, and went, there you go, have a shot. And don't take it away, the finish was superb, but the amount of space he had, and in the past we've been shutting those guys down. There's been a player on them straight away.
Maybe it's the fear of if I go to shut him down and he beats me, he's clean through on goal. Maybe he's going, if I can limit him to a shot outside the box,
he scored anyway.
he'll bank on his keeper saving it, he'll bank on the shot going wide or over.
I do understand
because it's a good finish. It's a great finish.
I do get it. If you're going to obviously get a player, I'd rather a player not beat our defender and score a one-on-one clean through. I'd rather him score from outside the area or however it was.
No, I'd rather him not score at all.
Well,
and also,
this is what I mean. This is why I did not want to do this tonight. It's just comments like that, Dave.
No, but also, if you think about it, you have to ask the positioning of our goalkeeper. Was it right for where we were attacking there?
I only watched the goal back once, was annoyed, and then watched it back again. So can't tell you on that.
So
but
did
he? You watched it back as well, like
to the mic, please. Just several.
the fact that you watched it back as well is insane.
Look, I appreciate that you are a bit upset, but don't take it out on the microphone.
No.
You can hold it to you if you want. Just don't rattle it too much because it'll annoy
thank you.
everyone listening. Thank you.
You're rattling me.
Positives. Another goal for Morris. Lovely goal. Just a shame we couldn't get more of him. He's on fire, isn't he? Last 4 games, he's been brilliant, and he's looking like a real threat.
He looks very good, to be fair. Like he looks like a proper centre forward.
He looks
all-rounded.
He looks like our record signing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I like the word proper centre forward.
He is. He's very, very good at what he does. I mean, like I said, I did not to expect. You're right.
I'm just seeing if you're in shot, but you're not. Can you just come forward a bit, please? Thanks.
I'm
That's
gonna
better.
put the thing down, aren't I?
Yeah.
But
You're getting on my nerves now. Put it on the bloody table.
no,
Let's talk
Dave.
into it.
Seriously, I'm comfortable like this. Thank you. My elbows are here. you mind yourself. There you go. Thank you.
Either way, Morris, record signing.
Now.
Record signing. He's doing well.
I think as a centre forward is what you want. You want your centre forward to be, and he was good in the air. He held the ball up well. He's strong. He's a strong player. So if that's the one positive we get from the weekend, and also Alan Campbell for me, run his nuts off, and he deserves all the plaudits he is going to get.
Some stats and facts from FOTMob, producer Jacobs put on our running order today. He's back from his holiday. Hope you had a good time, mate. Luton, 49% session, 15 shots, 4 on target to Wigan's 9 shots and 1 on target. Luton had a higher XG. Wigan lost 2 of their last 25 league away games, which is not bad. Didn't realise that, them coming to that event and lost.
That's
2
pretty
out of
impressive,
25.
to be fair.
That's very impressive. And they've only lost 1 of their last 7 away games at Kenilworth Road.
Is producer Jacob absolutely sure of that fact?
I assume so, yeah.
Okay.
Why are you?
Well, he was on holiday at the time, so a couple of sangrias or whatever else.
Anyway, should we move on?
Yeah.
I feel like this is really negative today.
Oh, it's been negative, but
It's been really negative, hasn't it? But
That was a slight dig, wasn't it?
I think it's expectation though. I think we give ourselves such big expectations after last season, but don't forget last season we didn't start brilliantly either. So let's see what happens.
well, I was going to say instead of a player focus this week, we did want to look at the home form and why is it we're struggling at home this season. Last year we only had 4 defeats at home. This season in our 4 home league games we've already had half of that. So why are we struggling at home? Why are we struggling at home this season? Is there an answer to that?
Because we've been found out.
Have we?
Yeah, I think we've
I
been
think we're
found
just
out.
unlucky.
No, I think we've been found out.
That's a fair statement.
I think in last season people come with the hashtag teams like Luton thing are going on. This is a game we can totally win. We'll play football against them, and we were better than those guys at the time. Now I think they're thinking, do you know what? We'll come and we'll just play differently. They know our players, and Adebayo's not been firing on all cylinders. So I think we've been sussed. That's what I think. I think we've been sussed out. Look at the silence from you two.
Yeah.
I think we've been sussed out. I think
To be fair, look, we may have been sussed out, but there's always a second gear to go.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying
it's gonna happen.
we could win the rest of our home games all season and we'll go, what a great season.
Maybe they're feeling the pressure. Look, from last season, I mean, it's big boots to fill, really, isn't it? Like finishing inside the playoffs again. I mean, all the teams coming up and going down, and obviously you've got your Sunderlands coming up and whoever else. But look, maybe we've been sussed out, or maybe we just rode on a high last season. We're yet to find that high.
Hey, listen, we just got to make sure that we get better. End of story. The home form has been disappointing this season. Not winning in 4 games.
It's unlike us at home, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because in
very
recent years,
unlike
Kenilworth
us.
Road is that tough place to come, and you never want to play at Kenilworth. You don't want to go down at Kenilworth Road, and that's why I thought when we go a goal up, I'm quite confident that we're going to see out the win. But it's just not happened this year, and it's Sheffield United, Newport, and now this weekend where we've gone a goal up and ended up not winning the games.
Forgot about Newport as well.
Yeah,
that's that's another one, but we won't go there.
But the crowd on Saturday against Wigan was very quiet. Very quiet. Do you not agree?
But to be fair, I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Dave. It was a bit quiet, but I feel like it was a very dull game, wasn't it? There wasn't much excitement. Wasn't much happening. I feel like it was a bit of not a chess match as such, but I feel like Wigan, they did their job. They were quite organised. They sort of like shut us down a little bit. We had chances, we had little clusters of certain times in the match where we should have gone on to do a lot more than what we did. And I think the way the game was going, and then obviously we got killed off at the end. I think it just killed it. It wasn't really.
But it's not just Wigan.
There was no momentum. There was no momentum building.
I think of our home games. You can take Sheffield United out and say, you know what, we were really good that night.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, really good point. But the others, we could have put people to bed and we haven't done it. Is that because we're not taking our opportunities more, or is it because the defending team have got their plans set out bang on?
Well, last season we were
surprised
at the top
last season
for clean sheets, weren't we? At the end of the year, I think we had the joint second most clean sheets, joint top. I can't even quite remember, but we were up there with clean sheets. This year, it's not been quite the same, which is disappointing. But maybe it is that last year we win that game on Saturday 1-0.
Yeah.
And we do keep that clean sheet. Maybe this year it's just we haven't been at it at the basics.
I would say last season, no one in that division, probably including us as well, expected us to be where we ended up. Right. So this season they're going, actually, Luton did really well last season, so we're going to come and play this way.
And we're going to take them a little bit more seriously as well.
Exactly that.
Maybe that's what it is. No, I agree. I hear what you're saying there, Dave. I think that really is the case now. I think people look at us and they think they're a solid team. We need to take this, a bit more serious. Or to be fair, I think a team like I'm not going to say it like that. I think Wigan, for example, they wouldn't take us lightly.
Well,
I don't think they look at themselves and go, we're well beaters, this and that. I think they think, just be solid, be physical. And let's face it, they were quite physical against us, and it worked. And we missed out on certain areas of the pitch where we could have maybe or should have dominated, and we didn't. I think the midfield dominated, but I feel like we got bullied a little bit by certain players from Wigan.
I think Barry on our preview podcast did say he wasn't expecting to win. But you know what? They took their chances, and good luck to them.
Well, we asked you guys, why are we struggling at home this season? And some really good responses coming in as well. Chris, he says, I think teams now set up differently against us. We're not seen as Little Luton, so teams come here and are happy with a point. They set up accordingly, and we struggle to break them down. We've always been better at tempo and on the counter than having to properly work through the thirds. I feel that we need a tactical change to combat this, most obvious being dropping 5 at the back.
Wow.
Dropping 5 at the back.
To be fair, before I say what I just said, I didn't read that. So I totally agree with Chris.
Dale says, we're not doing the basic things we were doing last season. Go at them from the start. It seems we're holding back, or it takes a goal from them, which wakes us up. Problem is, we ain't scoring many. 2 goals at home so far, which needs to turn soon.
I think the disappointing thing is we have that expectation that Adebayo was going to get back in the goals, and he hasn't. He's been barren of goals. Morris is great, but we need to score. We need to have a game where we score 3, 4, 5 and make him get a couple.
Yeah. Gary says, is it the curse of the 91-92 away kit remake that we never won a game in whilst wearing, although we have beaten Swansea wearing it. but not looking good in that kit set.
Well, if that's Gary and it's Gary Sweet, why did you even select it?
You look at our fixture list. This is a bit random and nothing related to that, but you look at our fixture list. If you would have said the 2 games we're going to win out of first 8 were Swansea and Cardiff away, I wouldn't have believed you.
Unbeaten in Wales.
That's a good point, actually.
No, I wouldn't have said that either. I would have thought we'd have won our home. 3 out of 4 of our home games, I would have said we could have won them. That's what I look at. I
feel, and this might be unrealistic for me, I think in my head I'm thinking I was expecting at least 3 more wins at this stage. I was thinking 5 wins out of 8. But maybe that's me being over.
5 wins out of 8.
Is that because...
Jesus, mate, that's not really...
Okay.
It probably is realistic, but not really.
I would have maybe thought 4 wins, but 3 at home, definitely.
Well, that's a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
That's a better way of
putting it. I think the Swansea... In my head then, I was thinking Swansea and Cardiff added on to 3 home wins. I'm thinking I would have expected us this season, with our fixture list, to have won 3 at home and at least 1 away. I would have taken that, but, still time. Sorry, back to the home form. James says we're struggling to get into a flow, and the games we were drawing last year we're now losing. Defence seems a lot weaker. Perhaps we've found out. We said that in our first season.
Sonny Bradley's missing, by the way.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Do you know what?
That's
Dwayne, by the way. I know Dwayne will be listening. Because he said to me on Saturday.
He said, what did
he say to me?
He said to you, the 2 games we've won away.
Sonny Bradley hasn't played. And he started going that. I was like,
and the Sunderland
Dwayne,
game,
what do we say back to this now? I know he's always got a response, so I'll get a reply back to that.
In our first season in Championship, it seemed like we either won or draw. We didn't win or lost. Sorry, we didn't draw that many. And I remember thinking, there's times where you just have to settle for the draw.
Yeah.
And this season, it is kind of like it feels like we could have just gone for the draw on Saturday. Yeah, it wouldn't have been maybe the best result of the performance and going 1-0 up, but
I think we always, even as fans in the club, I think we always want more.
Yeah.
Than. Well, yeah, we don't really want to draw a game at home, especially when you haven't won all season.
Jamie says, so why are we struggling at home this season? Jamie says maybe the level of expectation from the fans.
True.
Missing key members of the matchday team, as in Cal Naismith and Pelly Ruddock and Mick Harford. And new players in key positions not fully gelling yet. Adebayo, Morris, Horvath and the defence. Do you think, just on what Jamie says here about the expectation from fans, I know we had a brilliant season last year. Are we all expecting too much to come again and get in the playoffs again? Are we?
Maybe.
At
but
the
we
moment,
know how good we are. We know how good we are, though. Maybe not at the moment, but we know how good we are.
And is that what the most disappointing thing is then?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm really gutted. I'll be honest. Saturday's really gutted me. I haven't felt that disappointed for a long, long time. And realistically, I know we're a lot better than that. And we are a lot better than, I'd say, 75% of the teams in that league. 100%. All right, you might need a certain rubber green sometimes, or whatever else, and but we're better than that.
What do you reckon, Dave?
I think there is a high level of expectation from any Luton fan every single season. You always dream of being better. I've watched it so many, many years. I thought we would do better than we started, but that's because we finished really well last season. There have been seasons where we've been playing crap at the start and finished up quite well. So expectation is every season, every single season, you expect your team to perform really well.
Do you know what another thing as well, right? I always question myself sometimes. I like a little reality check myself and I go, am I being too, what's the word? Am I being too, over sort of confident, or am I being silly at the fact that I think we're a very good side? And I look at myself and go, maybe I have to peg myself down and go, maybe, do you know what, we're going to lose games. Maybe we're not as good as I thought we were. But then I think about it again, and I constantly think the same thing. We are as good as I think. I really do think we're as good as I think we are.
And you've got the games to prove it, because we go away to Swansea, we win 2-0. We go away to Cardiff, we go 2-0 up and we hold out for the 2-1 win. And you're probably thinking, this is the Luton we know and love. We go to Burnley and get a 1-1 draw and we could have won that. And you think, all right. And then it is, on the other hand, you get a home game against Wigan, you lose 2-1.
Yeah.
And it's like, a bit like you said, in some games we can do it. It's just so inconsistent at the moment.
I think
it's
also
intriguing, that's what it is.
I think also we had such a good end to last season, with the exception of the final game, obviously. And then we had I thought, a really decent transfer window. And you think we've enhanced the squad. We haven't made it, it's got better. And so you're expecting that squad to get out there and perform more, and they just haven't done it.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't done it at home. Let's be fair, they haven't done it at home. They've done it away, but they haven't done it at home.
I feel deep down. I feel like I believe. I know we are better than what we are showing currently. Clearly, last season. I know we've got a few different players in there now, but I've had people go to me recently going, "Oh, you're not doing very well. Maybe being sussed out this and that. Maybe being sussed out in a certain way. Maybe people are actually, or on the flip side, maybe people are showing us more respect now and changing their game towards us. Okay, it happens, but you have to compete with it. But maybe we need to learn with that now. If teams are going to come here, give us a bit more respect and try and, set up rather than go at us. Because I always say I'm confident when a team comes at us rather than sets up. And I feel like a lot of teams are doing that whole setup thing now. I feel like Sheffield United did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
They didn't come to play us off the park. I'm sorry, they didn't. I know people say, "Oh yeah, they had a lot of possession," but what did they really do? Not a lot in the final third. I'm sorry, that's literally
But
it.
that's how we won this season, isn't it? You go away and you take the game to the opposition, and that's how we've won.
People are happy for us to have the ball because when we have the ball, it does seem like we're better without the ball. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, 100%. I think there's stats to prove that as well.
If we have less possession than the opposition, normally we do all right. So everyone's just going, Luton, you have the ball, you come break us down, and
I think
it gets tough
also
for us.
The other thing I think is the pace of the game as well. Absolute pace. When we ping some passes, quick shutting down, we are much better than when we sort of like are a lot slower at the opposition. Would you not agree with that?
I agree. Of course.
And I know you look at the 5 home games we've had in all competitions. Simon says here, Birmingham should have been a comfortable win, but the new signings hadn't settled. Preston got done by a worldie after a solid defensive display. Sheffield United, we were really unlucky. Wigan, we kind of messed it up. And
Well, I think it actually says Nathan Jones backed it up, but yeah.
he
Also
says
messed it up.
He says we will be fine, but need to get that win ASAP at home.
When the first home win goes, I reckon we'll get on a bit of a run, and then we'll have a different conversation.
Let's hope. Yeah.
But
this is the thing, right? The Birmingham, like you say, Simon said, Birmingham should have been comfortable, but new signings hadn't settled. I believe that's always going to be a given in the first game. I 100% agree with that. Like, I mean, you come away from that and think, we didn't win it. We probably should have won it. But we'll take it. We'll move on. We lost that last season. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Preston, a great finish, but it's questionable how he got his leg that high and there's no defender to gain a foul off of that, but we won't go with that. But yeah, look, there's opportunity to win yet again, but you move on. And then it's just like the Sheffield United game got a lot better. Felt we were a better team. I feel like we all felt like we were the better team.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, it just went to shite again, like against Wigan. It's just like, we're building some momentum here at home, and it's all of a sudden it's like, we're going to get that result, bang. I feel like we were comfortable until the 60th minute, 70th minute. All them changes, they cocked it massively up, didn't it? Let's face it did.
Yeah, I think
it's unsettled it. Like, we need to stop. Well, we
just need to get on a bit of a run, don't we?
Yeah.
Just need to get on a bit of a run. Before we leave, let's look at the next 5 league games. Looking at these fixture lists,
oh God,
right now, I do feel like we have an opportunity here to maybe start a bit of a run. And if we can pick up, say we go these next 5 unbeaten, 2
weeks ago.
If we can go these next 5 unbeaten, maybe then you look back and you look at that Wigan game and you go, let's write it off. And we've had one loss in 8 or 9 that would be, but they're all going to be tough. Stoke away. We're going to chat to a Stoke fan today, which is going to be on our preview show on Thursday. Not on the best run. Coventry, obviously bottom of the league, 1 point, and their fans are fuming right now. Blackburn
they haven't played
started well, but have now on consecutive losses. I think Hull players in that team probably still gelling. A lot of new signings, a lot of expectation for Hull this season. Tough game, but Huddersfield in the bottom 3 as well. Very tough start to the season. So you're looking at these fixtures, thinking,
I think they're dangerous games to play.
Them 3 home games though.
You want to be winning all those home games. Definite.
I think they're dangerous games to be playing at the moment, though. I'll be honest. I look at it. I mean, it sounds very negative, but especially the home game, Coventry at home, still settling in 3-4 games behind everyone else.
Yeah, why can't we beat them?
No.
I think we
I'm
can.
not saying that.
He loves the why can't we, doesn't he?
No, I always say it, but
Why can't we have a barbecue, Dave? Oh, well, actually, it's
raining.
past 9 time. And
No,
it's raining.
what I'm saying is I would thoroughly expect us to beat at least 2 of those teams.
Do you
At
know what?
least.
I think we're going to beat.
So
Blackburn.
not lose the games, but win against 2. So you'd be thinking Huddersfield on their current form.
So before international break, Stoke, Coventry and Blackburn. Coventry midweek next week, Blackburn week Saturday. How many points out of these 3 do we want?
I want 9.
Yeah, 100%. I want 9.
Yeah?
9. I'll take 7 though.
Take 7.
I'll take 7.
Take 7, but you want 9.
Just win the 2 home games, please. Like,
Well,
that's
of course,
what
we always want 9.
That's what we pay our season ticket for. We want to see some decent football.
Yeah, win the 2 home games, don't lose away.
Well, let us know what you think. Stoke away, Coventry home, Blackburn at home. How many points out of them 3 do you think is acceptable? Would you take 6?
I think a lot of people would say 5 points as well be acceptable out of them.
Let us know what you think. Leave a comment below or get us on socials. Owen the Town. We're running out of time. That's all we've got time for. So thanks so much for joining us today. Sorry it's been a bit of a negative one.
No. Look, we'll be out for it next week again. But look, this is nothing negative. This is just being realistic at the
Hey,
moment.
listen,
it's
it's,
just real,
it's just your own
Real
passion.
And we love it. And the thing is, we all love it, don't we? We love football. And I'm raring to go Saturday again.
Cool.
I can give a crap about previous results. I'm going to forget about that. I'm going to get on the beer from 6:30 in the morning. Maybe not that early. Might stay up all night. We'll keep going.
I don't care.
Yeah,
You do whatever you want.
We'll keep going.
Keep going.
Lovely
We'll
stuff.
keep going.
Thank you so much for listening, Dave. If you never watched us before, go do that on YouTube and you can see Bataro kind of in shot. He's been out of shot for most of the night, but sorry about that,
don't
YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week.